Here's our drywall screw gun that we're going to be using. I don't even know what model this is here. It doesn't really matter. DeWalt makes them, Rigid makes them, Milwaukee makes them. This is a Rigid. Alright, it's got this cone on the front here. You can actually spin this cone clockwise and counterclockwise, and that'll bring your tip out and in. Alright, you can adjust your tip to, and we're going to show you, so that when you put your screws in, you're going to want the head of the screw countersunk into the board ever so slightly into the paper so that you cannot feel the screw heads. So when you finish, your screw head is embedded in the board ever so slightly. So in order for the gun to do that on autopilot, it's got this adjustable cone on the end that will make it so that when you press the screw in with the gun, and these screws will be pressed in with the gun, when it gets to the proper depth, the screw head will be inside the paper of the board a little bit, and the tip will stop contact with the screw head. All right, it's all done automatically. That's why you want to use a real, honest to God, screw gun instead of a cordless drill or a regular drill. This does so much for hanging drywall. You absolutely have to have a drywall screw gun.
We're actually going to start on this section of the ceiling and go this way. We got a 10-foot sheet. We measured over to see how much we can get out of a 10-foot sheet. So the first measurement I'm going to be cutting off is 110. Puts me in the center of a stud.
Okay.
I'm coming this direction, so I want to be in the center of a stud. I want my factory edge to be at this direction, so I'm going to actually measure from my factory backwards.
Okay.
I'll be cutting that end of the corner off.
So you want to put your cut edge in the corner.
Yep, and as often as possible, we're going to leave factory to factory. So I measured 110. I got a 110 mark there. Kyle will show you how to use a T-square quick.
Now you cut that off at 110 because the full sheet ended up in space up there. It wasn't hitting on a floor joist, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we didn't see you do that, so we were lost already from the very beginning.
Well, I explained to him, but basically I just I hooked onto my lid right there. I hooked onto there, and I went across to see where my last 10 foot comes right to here. My sheet fell here. I came back to my last joist,
which was that one right there. All right, so if you would have went the full 120, you were hanging out in the middle of nothing.
And like I said, I want my factory to be out here. One about a factory and a factory for a butt joint. Did you score that, Kyle? T-square, you get a mark at 110, step it on there. When you're cutting drywall, all you're doing is scoring paper. You're scoring paper. You're not trying to cut into the drywall. All you're doing is just, I'm giving it medium pressure. All you're doing is scoring the paper. You're going to bend your board into a 90. And snap the paper on this side right here. Done. If this edge would need raspet, there's where you'd use the rasp, but we're good to go right now. Next thing I'm going to do is Kyle's going to be laying out ahead of me. Kyle, I'm going to give you measurements. You're going to hook on to my corner here and mark the board. I'm giving Kyle a 14-inch measurement. That's the center of my stud.
Okay.
From that 14-inch measurement, we know they're every 16 inches. So he's going to go down and mark every 16 inches. These are where our ceiling joists are.
Okay.
And then that should put my factory halfway on a stud. What we want to do is, these are guidelines. These are actually where we're going to be screwing our drywall to the joist. All right. Okay.
All right, sorry about that. I had to take a phone call there. All right, so we got our board all laid out here.
Yep, and then we got two lights. We have two obstacles in our way.
We got
when this
two
board
cans.
is actually going up, we're actually going to be taking this board and lifting it up over our head this way and pushing. So this edge here is actually going to be hitting this corner here. This factory is going to be going out into the room.
So the bottom of your board is the corner of the wall there, okay?
So what we did is we measured out for our can right here. Our first can came to this measurement right here. And we know that our can is 3 foot out from here to the center.
Okay.
Which is 3 foot up this way. Here's where the T-square works both directions. This measures my sheet 3 foot up. And then we know this is the center of my can this way. So I know I got a light going there. We also measured over to the center of this can right here.
Off that wall over here?
Off that wall, off our edge there.
Okay.
So we marked the center of our can, and we know it's 3 foot up, which this T-square shows you a 3 foot mark.
Okay, so you made a crosshair there.
Yeah, made a crosshair there. That's
got
right.
a crosshair there, and you got a crosshair there.
Out.
Okay, there are your 2 cans.
Yep. Last thing I'm going to do is I want to go back and just figure out how far out I'm going to glue. I know we got our sheets going to 110 inches right to here. Okay. You don't have to glue your end one. So we're going to glue from here on back, and we're ready to hang this sheet.
All right.
When you're installing glue on drywall, you basically, once your glue, you're going to be nailing your drywall at the edge, and then on ceilings, I like to go 1, 2, 3 in the center. Okay. That's where you want to put your glue, is in the center of your joist. And you want to put a nice bead there. Here we go. And you want to put a little bit of a nice bead there too. You want to leave a little something there. And
stop at 4 foot.
Yeah, stop shy of 4 foot, exactly. That's the whole, that's basically your trick to this stuff.
And once this glue sets up, guys, the screws and the nails don't even do anything anymore. The glue is what's going to hold it up there. That's why we love glue. All right, if you don't glue your drywall, eventually Mother Nature and gravity will take a hold of it and will pull your drywall down eventually, and you'll get those things we call nail pops, all right, where you can see where every nail or every screw is in the drywall. We've all seen it, you know, when we paint, we can see where the nails or the screws were. The reason was they didn't glue their drywall, all right. So if you use the drywall adhesive or the drywall glue itself, you know, you can get construction adhesive, which is what we bought, or you can buy actual quarts of drywall adhesive made specifically for drywall. If you do this, you can eliminate nail pops altogether.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. We got the first sheet ready to go up. Now they didn't cut the lights out because they're going to be using the rotozip. So we're glued up. Up goes the sheet. They're going to push it into position. Now the right side of the board will be tight to the wall up here. All right.
Back your edge up a little bit, Tommy.
Huh? Oh, to you?
Yes.
Is that us?
All right, so they're tight to the wall. As you can see,
Yep.
no lights are cut out. But right above there, if I can zoom in, you can see the cans up there, the light cans up there. Right where he's got that circle, they're going to be rotozip. Now they got their drywall props up underneath there, which is actually holding the board for them. You can see how nice that works for them. You just wedged it up underneath there. Now they can take their time and cut out the lights. And we got a nail on each side here to just tack it. You can see how that rotozip made it a perfect circle. That tip rode right around the outside of the metal can and cut the light out for Tom. Now in the meantime, Kyle's screwing up the board with the screw gun.
I'll put a couple. That's some hard wood. I can nail some of these edges for him while he's screwing. Yeah, I'll stay on if you want to.
Yeah.
There's our light bulb again.
Cutting around the outside edge of the can with the rotozip.
Right, the
Once I
rotozip.
find it.
You don't ride around the inside. You ride around the outside of the can. And I'll show you a can up there, right there. You can see there's a lip on the outside. Actually, you can't really see with the light on there, but right there you can see that lip on the outside there. That's what the tip of the rotozip's running around. All right, and nothing cuts them out nicer than that.